I'm Ethan.
I'm Emma.
And welcome back to our podcast, What the Flock, about our lovely little yarn shop here in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Yeah.
We've had a lot happen.
We have.
We've been so busy.
Mm-hmm.
We have so many things to show you. We have so many things that we're confused about. We have so many things that are coming for you to pre-order. And we have so many new things that are arriving all the time that sometimes I forget what I've ordered. Shh. Okay, yes, all the time I forget what I've ordered, Emily. Don't. Do you remember what I ordered from Walk Collection? We'll find out when it arrives. Yeah, I did order us some bulky weight mohair to split to try. So, we're gonna get fluffier.
Exciting.
Fluffier was always an option, it turns out.
Yeah.
So, happy end of Flocktober, everybody.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. If you guys enjoyed this incredible introduction as always, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and the little notification bell. And please do give this video a like, and please share it with as many people as you can possibly think of who might want to know more about what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Right. Now, Emily,
Yes.
would you like to give the people a construction update? Because they've been doing some questionable things all day with a winch and some chunks of concrete being lifted up multiple stories.
I can't remember if I talked last week about them just wandering around with a blowtorch.
Oh.
Like holding
Right.
the gas bottle, blowtorch on, just having a wee chat, walking
Good.
around,
Yeah.
getting the cardboard,
Just in case
you know,
somebody
whatever.
needed some blowtorching.
Yeah. And my personal favourite was when there was a taxi blocking the tram line,
Oh.
a truck trying to come through from the tram side, and then a tram coming this way, and nobody was moving.
Oh.
So it was just like
Incredible.
a Mexican standoff Spider-Man
Yeah.
situation.
I think my personal favorite was this morning when the company putting up the concrete things blocked their own delivery truck out of being able to get in by parking one of their other vans in the way, and then when they moved that other van, another construction company parked their van there.
Yeah.
It
That
was,
sounds great.
construction. It's
They
special.
keep bringing in like strangely coloured panels. And I'm like, is that
Yes.
staying that colour? Because
So many questions, right?
it's not the best.
It's not, no.
It's like a
I mean,
weird orangey yellow.
I don't love the all-black dystopian nightmare that's
No.
being built everywhere else, but this is also bad.
Kind of seems like they were like panels that were on sale somewhere and they just cobbled them all together.
They probably did.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's going on across the
Yeah.
road. If you guys want to see it in person, we're at 225 High Street, near the Lululemon. And soon to also be near the Sweaty Betty because we needed both.
Yeah.
So, Emily,
Yes.
you have beaten me at finishing something for Flocktober, and you should tell the
have.
people all about it.
I feel like that happened last year too. I
Probably.
made my cat sweater.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
I finished my Amorita blouse.
So frickin' cute, Emily.
And
So
it
cute.
has my laser cut buttons on it.
Look at you go. Oh, my
So yeah,
goodness.
I'm really pleased with how it came out. It's a little bit big around the neckline. I might try and, you can sort of see here that this is a little bit gappy. So I might try and put a little bit of elastic in maybe. Or
Right.
I haven't wet blocked it though, I've only steam blocked it. So
Right.
that could help as well.
I think a wet blocking is often helpful, especially with finishing details.
Yeah.
Well, this looks absolutely stunning. And what yarn did you use to craft this?
So
little
I
beauty?
used Mercy from Filcolana in this
I
colour.
will hold this guy up for you.
So it's a 50% cotton, 50% merino. It's super soft. So it's knitted and then it has crochet scallops around all the hems. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really beautiful.
Oh, okay. What I did not enjoy. I've never done a double knit button band before.
Yes. And this is an applied double knit button band, from what I can see, which involves the pickup stitch.
Yes.
Yes.
But the most irritating part was the side with the button holes. Because
You have to cut the yarn.
Yeah, like 4 times.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
So I knit a lot of double knit button bands. I actually quite like the process.
You end up with like a fringe hanging off of it, or you're trying to get your...
Yeah, but you just weave those ends in at the end.
Yeah, but you could just not do that and just do a buttonhole in one row and not have to cut any yarn.
You totally can. And there is actually, inside of double knitting, a way to do a one-row buttonhole that does exist. So there's a really helpful woman named Sarah Solomon. Her handle is Into the Wool, and she is a great designer. This applied double knit button band that Emily did is actually a thing that she invented. Double knit button bands are a big passion of Sarah Solomon's and a huge passion of mine. So what Emily encountered here is the vertical buttonhole on a double knit button band, which is the traditional and easier way to do it. However, you can essentially work a 1-row buttonhole or a tulip buttonhole over top of this by following the same methodology, except working 2 stitches together instead of 1, right? 1 of the slip stitches and 1 of the non-slip stitches. So if in the future you're like Emily and you're making your beautiful new cardigan and you encounter the double knit button band and you look at it and say to yourself, oh, wow, I remember Emily's words about my decorative fringe and having to weave in those ends. You can choose instead to go to Sarah Solomon's website, Into the Wool, and double check how to construct for your specific stitch count a really beautiful 1-row buttonhole. In next time, I'll remember to check with Emily about her finishing details so I can provide her with this helpful stuff at the beginning.
I know Ethan likes doing it, but he can't be doing it this way. This is stupid.
Okay, so fun fact, I actually make all of my buttonholes that way, even when I'm not doing double knitting. And the reason's really simple. There are 2 or 3 ways to enhance the durability of our buttonholes, right? Because we're gonna be sticking stuff through it all the time, and we want it to last a really long time. Something like my channel cardigan uses a 1-row tulip buttonhole, which means going down a different size needle and working it over 1 row by casting on stitches and binding them off on opposing timelines. And you turn the work and then you cable cast on to rejoin, right?
That's what I've done before a lot of times.
Yes, totally. What I love about the vertical buttonhole is it does involve a very small amount of additional work, which is weaving in additional ends, 2 additional ends per buttonhole. But it allows you to reinforce the top and the bottom of that buttonhole that you've just made. And the slip stitch edges that you carry up alongside are often a lot more durable than the cast on or bound off stitches from a tulip one because they have natural stretch and flex. And one of the ways that we can make a piece of knitwear more durable is by enhancing its compliance. So if we can make it so the fabric gets out of the way of the button easier, which it does with a vertical buttonhole, then that's one of the ways we can make it more long lasting. It does involve extra finishing steps, and depending on the type of knitter you are, it may or may not be worth it for you to do that. So if you encounter this in the future, let Emily be your beautiful guide and let her tell you that you can find another way of doing it. However, you can also just opt to be like me and I do mean choose, and I'm saying this word on purpose, choose to just enjoy the process. I know that sounds kooky as someone who hates process knitting personally, but you know what I do enjoy? Finishing. I love seaming and putting everything away properly.
I think the problem was that it was near the end as well, and I was just like, this is taking longer than it should.
And one thing that you and I didn't identify about this, because I didn't think it through when I was saying this, is it's a lot more challenging, in my opinion, to do the vertical buttonholes on the applied I-core, so on the applied button band where you're picking up a stitch. Because I knit my button bands separately, I don't think I notice it as much, but if it was attached to the garment, and because what you do is you work the stitches closest or farther away from the garment first, then you work the other half of the stitches to build it up, and you pick up and knit 2 together at the end. Essentially, yeah, it would be easier to work separate from the garment, so I do understand how we've ended up there, for sure. Definitely not a you thing, definitely just one of those weird knitting hiccups that occurs. But I think this came out really beautiful, and that you're going to get a ton of wear out of it. Because
and a few of the knit nighters were concerned about my decolletage, but it's not too low when I wear it.
I mean, a little smexy knitting is never a bad idea. And it's got a little bit of saddle shoulder increasing there, which is lovely, into some raglan shaping, which should make this a pretty body neutral little fit too. Amazing. And like always, no matter what Emily wears, oh my god, look at how well it goes with your outfit.
Yes.
Perfection again.
There were lots of options too from this pattern, so you could make it without the buttons so that it was like just a t-shirt kind of thing. And then with or without the scallops. There's different options, and maybe long sleeves as well, I think.
So good.
So yeah.
Well, I think it came out lovely.
My favorite part was the sleeves, because I was like, oh, I have to go back and do the sleeves. It was 1 row. I was like, yes.
Emily finally found her perfect sleeve length, everybody, and it's 1 row.
The best. I was like, and done.
Oh god, Sleeve Island, so long,
and
so
it was
terrible.
like 3.5 balls.
Amazing.
So pretty.
That is super yarn friendly.
Yeah.
So if you were looking to get amongst this is the Amorita blouse with lots of different finishing options. I now know how to spell it, so I will put the link properly down below for you.
And it's by 100 Acre Wool.
Yes, who has a lot of other patterns, especially if you like something with a little bit of femininity and embellishment. I think she's definitely somebody to keep on your radar, because there has kind of been a lot of 90s style grunge knitting, I would say. So if you're looking for something a little more embellished and fun, her stuff I think is just cute.
Yeah. Speaking of embellished, did you see the Christmas jumper I put in the group chat?
I did not.
Oh.
Oh, because I only check the group chat when I'm at work.
It is
The
insane.
Okay.
It has like appliqued holly leaves
Uh-huh.
all around.
Oh.
Deck the halls in tarja, and then striped sleeves, and then some more holly leaves on the bottom.
Well, stay tuned for that. She'll
It's
wear it with her
amazing.
Battenberg socks
It's
and
called
not
the
look busy at all.
Deck the halls sweater, and you need to look it up.
Okay. Now, I see something else very exciting sitting here that you
Yes.
should tell the people about. Both
Yes.
exciting wool choices and a fun technique and a friend of ours that we love and adore.
Yes, and well, so okay, let's start at the beginning. This is the I keep forgetting which way around it is.
Ruffle butt sock.
Ruffle butt. I keep trying to call it the flutter butt because that's that other pattern.
Yes, I think this is the ruffle butt.
Ruffle butt socks by Honey Hoolies,
Woo!
and they're being
We
released
love
on
the Julie.
Halloween,
Oh.
which will be out by the time you see
Yes.
this. So this is my first one. We had a few whoopsies because this is my second pair of socks ever.
And you're killing it.
But they fit. Well, they fit. I have one foot bigger than the other, so this one fits my left foot.
Oh, good.
So I just have to
Lefty.
make the right one bigger for my second foot.
Perfect.
So I am using the Essica sock yarn in this
Yes.
pretty pink and Spin Cycle in Valley Girl for the cuff because like
Excellent.
it doesn't. This isn't gonna like wear.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter that it doesn't have nylon.
Also, like, reasonably priced socks are so last century.
Well, and also this is left over from something else, so it's not. I didn't like buy a skein,
Yet.
so it's like
We'll get
a
you
way
there.
to use up bits that you have.
That's definitely the entry drug into knitting whole garments and spin cycle, just so you're aware. Yeah.
But it's really cute. It has like the little eyelets along the ruffle. I was like, oh, you could like thread a ribbon through there, tie a little bow, make them even more ridiculously girly.
The options are fucking coming.
But yeah, they're nice and soft to wear,
Yes.
and I'm on my second one.
Lovely and amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I am super thrilled that you have gotten into this sock knitting. We have had a huge amount of interest in sock knitting. Socktober is a great promotion run by our unofficial sister store up in Auckland, Lupine, and both Emily and I got into the Socktober spirit as well as into our own knit along this October, which was
Yes.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
It was nice to play along with our friends up north.
And I got at least one done. So
Yeah, same. I actually got 2 pairs of socks knit in October. I have been very unwell for most of October, and I will say the MCAL that I'm knitting right now, and all the clues are out, so I'm going to show people what this looks like in totality, and we can all move on. The MCAL has just taken up a little bit more of my brain space than I would have thought. I've gotten really far on a plain stockinette top-down cardigan, I think because it was so easy to knit. I actually love how mine's come out. I think it's really, really beautiful. I will actually be done by the 31st. I'm gonna finish this today, which is great, so I will have finished this inside of October. I'm gonna block it and then make a decision about the expanded border. I also feel that knitting the expanded border onto a blocked item is gonna be easier. That's just because the edging will be less elastic, so it won't be as annoying to pick up the stitches, quite frankly. It is easier to pick up stitches from blocked fabric than unblocked fabric. It's just a fact. So I'm gonna block this guy and then make a decision about the border after I see how it blocks out. I'm not gonna lie, this is riddled with errors because I knit directly from the written instructions, and it means that I did not knit this pattern the way that he necessarily intended. And we have a visitor coming in, so we're just gonna take a little break from recording this. We'll be right back. And we're back. Nothing like helping somebody pick out a great gift for a knitter in their life. So this is my mystery knit along, and as I said, it is riddled with errors because I worked from the written instructions, which were not accurate or particularly helpful across the board. I think if you watch the videos, everything probably made perfect sense, and I totally understand that. It's just not how I like to do my knitting life. I'm pre-announcing now that I will not be doing the mystery knit along next year. I will be doing something different. I don't know what yet. Probably texture time because I'm a sucker for punishment, and because I think I can make it beautiful. I have a plan, and controversially, it involves a lot of pink, which is the wrong way to go, but I'm gonna go so wrong that it's right. Just wait, you're not prepared.
I'm really not.
Hot pink and bright peach with electric blue. It's gonna be psychotic. I'm so excited. I'm never gonna wear it, but it's gonna look great on the wall. Yes, I'm using Dark Omen yarns. We actually have this available now for pre-order because it's been confirmed and it'll be on its way shortly, which is an Italian hand-dyed wool by the lovely Francesco. And this particular one, I'm using Ibsen and Void. I bought my kit from so I could test this yarn before trying to tell you guys all about it. And I love the colors I chose. I bought my kit based off of what I thought would knit up the best based on the design that he had kind of hinted at. And I feel like I won the color lottery in a lot of ways. Like, sometimes with Steven shawls, it's really hard to tell what's going to happen.
I feel like how it turned out is quite different to how I thought it would from his promotional graphics. Like, I was picturing like
more bold,
intagery kind of shapes or something.
Same. I was definitely expecting simpler, more geometric shapes spaced differently. I love the final design. I'm really, really thrilled with what he's done. I do think it's a great finished shawl. I do think the pattern, hopefully once it goes through its secondary edit to become one pattern instead of clues, it will get brushed up a little bit because there's a lot of things to correct in the written instructions. But the videos I heard throughout were really well made this year and really, really helpful and good. And I don't want to talk down to anybody who wants to and loves using the videos. That's just as valid of a way of knitting this as any other. It's just not for me. And I am actually seeking both professional and personal satisfaction out of this now instead of just one. And so I'm just not going to do it to myself again next year. Because I think that we are so lucky to be in a world in which there are 1,000,001 things that I actually want to knit. And if other people are knitting this, I don't have to be knitting it. And I'm going to set myself free from the now 7-year-long pressure to knit the MCAL every year.
And what does match your outfit today?
I know, which I kind of in my head refer to as my grout fit because I'm all in colors that you could use to grout tile.
I did think it was cool that the last clue, like I didn't expect him to add something up here. Like, I thought that was quite cool.
Yes, so I knew this was coming from deductive reasoning, not from any foreknowledge. I just had a feeling that this is exactly how it would go, and the shape that we're building and the way that we built it from clue 1 has completely met my expectations of what would happen.
I quite want to make a shawl that's just all this fit. I'm a bit obsessed with that. It's like
the good news is it's Stephen West, and that shawl will be out in 3 weeks, guaranteed. So stand by for all mini baubles. But I also actually love the mini baubles. I was thinking of how cute they would be along the fronts of a cardigan if you knit the cardigan side to side and did them vertically. And then you could also pick up and knit a collar and do some in a collar. Like, because they work exactly, and they work on slip stitches, so it means that you can make the baubles where the pearls are and still keep all of your knits, or vice versa. Anyway, lots of great options. Stephen, and this is the big thing. This is what I would like to point out. The Mystery Knit Along's greatest value is not the shawl that you get out of it. It is what it does for us as creatives and people who knit, and what it does for the world of knitting every year. Stephen is pushing the boundaries of what we are doing, and a lot like Zandy Peters, a lot like Olga Barakafelian, a lot like a lot of different designers that I love. They're people who are doing things really, really out there. I want to stress, almost nothing I'm ever going to release is going to be some monumental new take on how to knit something, because that's just not what I do. I make elevated, simple basics because I knit a Julie Hoover pattern once and I was like, this is the way. But yeah, I think the total effect on mine is really, really great. And I think that the color helps it to not be wildly busy compared with a lot of my past Mystery Knit Along regrets. So I'm really glad that I went with just 2 colors that I really love that fit with my wardrobe and made a great shawl.
This fit's kind of like a Greek key motif.
It's really interesting how it comes out. He calls those triangles. To me, they're trapezoids, but hey, let's not get caught up on geometry. It wasn't go-go geometry, it was go-go dynamo. Boom. The other thing that I've been chipping away at, and there is more of this now, is my beautiful cote cardigan. This is not going to be done on time, but it will be done for you guys to see on time for the cable cardigan knit along. It's just intense. It's just a lot of knitting and you need breaks from it. So I have a stockinette project on the go at the same time. It's gotten a lot of love because in between my other 2, I'm definitely cycling back around to the stockinette project to get it done. But this guy is in Cumbria. It's Cote by Hiroko Payne. Link is down below if you're interested. This is one of the featured patterns for our upcoming cabled cardigan knit along. Oh boy. Then we have new stuff.
We do.
We have new stuff, and another reminder, we are opening up to all of you, starting on November 4th, a Brooklyn Tweed pre-order. This will be a week-long pre-order window that you can go in and order from our selection and choices of what we think will be best for the upcoming cabled cardigan knit-along. We're going to be focusing on the 3 woolen spun bases, the woolen spun heathered bases, loft and shelter especially in this pre-order.
Is this one?
This is indeed in shelter. And what's more, this garment is 12 years old. I thought it was 10 years old. It is 12 years old. This is Channel by Jared Flood, knit and faded quilt. And I have worn this at least once a week for 12 years. I've never washed it. I've never de-pilled it. And this is what it looks like. So if you're wondering why I am such a huge fan of Shelter and Loft and why I talk about them all the time and knit with them whenever I can, it's because I've never had the same results from any other woolen spun yarn that I get from Shelter and Loft. And I love the richness and depth of the color that they provide. Plus, we can tell you that there are even more exciting things happening in the new year, and we can't tell you what with Brooklyn Tweed, but it's gonna be fun. So,
and we have got a skein of
yes.
Loft, Shelter, and Quarry if you want to come in and squish.
Yes, and we have sample skeins of Imbue and Imbue Sport on the way as well, so that we can start looking at those.
I'm quite excited about those ones.
Yes, I thought you would be. That's specifically why I asked for the Imbue Sport for Emily. I'm not kidding. I was like, I think this is the one she can work with.
Yeah.
And so I summoned it from across an ocean. But yes, so all of that is coming. The cabled cardigan knit along will be starting on December 1st and running all the way through until February 14th, Valentine's, Galentine's, Palentine's Day, depending on how you celebrate. Also, just a brief reminder that we are running cabled and seaming classes throughout the entire month of November. So if you are watching this and you have questions about how to seam anything, or questions about how to do cabling without a needle, or if you're an experienced knitter and you want to take a deeper dive, or a beginner knitter and you want to understand cables better, those 3 classes running in November are for all of you. I will also be recording these classes in 15-minute segments and putting them up on the Flock online. It's double the value. So we're going to be hopefully rolling all of this out to you the next little bit. And please do sign up for the classes. They are here in person and they are super, super worthwhile. Last and not least on this tour to stuff. So many things, so many things, so many things. I thought at the end of today, we would give you guys a little palette cleanser. And also, Christmas is coming. And it is now the time of year where people get to vote with their dollars to quantify their love for you. You're welcome, everyone. The question in your life today is, do they love you this much? Or do they love you this much? I personally would like anyone watching to understand that I want you to love me this much.
We have lots of options.
Lots of
needle
options.
cases, project bags.
New needle cases. This one is a dark horse. It is the one that is designed for both crochet hooks and interchangeable needles. So it has a little bit of additional depth here, so you can fit crochet hooks in. Has a larger pouch that is intact in 2 interior pockets that will fit a full pattern in each one. It's actually a super versatile and incredible case, and it has a section for both Tunisian cords and or for your interchangeable cords for your needles.
I do really like these.
My favorite feature.
Yeah, like, because cables can get a bit pingy and
everywhere. And honestly, I love the cable ties and tidies from Beaumont, but sometimes I miscable-tie the cable ties together, and then I have my own problem.
Yeah.
These delightful little numbers, the Project 35,
it's a big number for a little pouch.
Actually, I love the fact that the smaller the number, oftentimes the bigger the number, oftentimes the smaller the item.
Yeah.
I just think that these are so cute. And Emily described them as like a fortune cookie because they have this beautiful little pleat. And she, oh no, you can't get underneath there. Never mind. I got excited for a sec. But they are a decorative pleat, but they're just very cute and a perfect thing for holding stitch markers, or as Emily pointed out, and I'm probably going to put dog treats in it. Let's all be honest about who I am, because Bobo needs a treat bag. Please save me from myself.
Can you like attach it to his leash? Or
I mean, that would be too much. Like, this is a dog who will not walk to the end of the street, so like, let's be real. Also, we nabbed a couple of these Project 29s, which if you haven't seen them before, this is the Project 10, except with a handle and a carry strap.
Also, yours
and the
doesn't
front
have
pouch.
that big.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, it does not have the front pouch either. So it has the same lovely form factor as before. The divider is the same height. Everything about the interior remains the same to the Project 10 that we know and love, but you get an additional strap option that you can wear as a shoulder strap, a hand strap option that's not attached to the top of it, and this front pouch for organizing the rest of your life, which I found out I can fit an iPhone in.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be a good phone pouch.
It is, and it came with a spot for all of your needles and additional space to slide your phone in the back. So, and then you have one of my personal favorites. This one does double duty as both a handbag and a project bag. So
Yeah, it's
these
pretty.
dual purpose ones from them are really, really great. So this has roughly the same interior size and form as the Project 2, which is this gorgeous number here. It's a little
So it
bit
has lots of
larger.
little pouchy bits and
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
That's
not part of
because,
it.
yeah,
That matches.
I put a matching set in there just to try to tempt Emily.
Yeah.
The Project 36, which is this one that's so cute I could die. Look at it. Oh,
Is that
I
for
love
scissors?
its weird little shape. It is.
Yeah.
It's a scissor pouch, which I just thought was really clever because scissors are so hard to store.
Yeah.
So this is a scissor pouch indeed, and other things will fit in here with your scissors. And that is my current obsession, the stitch marker wallet, which I think is a Project 19 or something random.
28.
Something random, as I said. So overall, we've got a great restock and a bunch of colors of redesign and more stuff arriving early next week. So please keep your eyes out if you pre-ordered with us. And if you are somebody who knows that you would like to wake up to redesign under the Christmas tree, please send your people early with a list of numbers so that we don't sell them the wrong project. Because I'm going to tell you, there is no wrong project. You just haven't figured out how to use it yet.
And if you have got a pre-order, when we dispatch it, you should get an update with the tracking.
Yes.
So look out for that.
Look out for that. And if there's anything you wanted to add to your pre-orders, please feel free to place an order and mark it for pickup, and we're happy to ship it along with the shipping you've already paid for or the free shipping you got. Because
Why not?
why not fill your bag with yarn? We could ship it to you full, like literally full of yarn.
Padding.
Yeah, you have no
For its
idea.
safety.
Oh God, I'm dropping things left, right, and center.
Yeah.
That's a good sign to end this. Okay, with all of that said, Flocktober is wrapping up. We will announce Flocktober winners on the next podcast. Thank you to everybody who participated, and let's get excited for some beautiful cables and gorgeous yarns.
Yes.
All right, bye.
Bye.